7 Mile King of Barbershops. I will give 7 Mile that. Not sure about 7 Mile East though. I don't really go east too often. But definitely King of Barbershop. Puritan, King of churches. Puritan got more churches than any other street in Detroit I could think of. So had to go get chopped up real quick. So, but yeah, let's talk about Regis Prograis. Yeah, what it? You heard, man? Shout out to New Orleans, man. They super duper cool people, man. I had a couple homies I went to school with in New Orleans, man. My homies Percy, Dave. Remember my boy Dave, real quick, broke up with his girl in college. She still was doing his laundry. Southern chicks different though. I ain't gonna lie, my experiences with them, I marry one of them for sure. You know, depending where you at though, but yeah, they different. You know. But I don't know about Louisiana chicks. I heard they kind of get a bad rap, you know, voodoo and being crazy and shit. I don't know. But yeah, Regis did an interview on Fight Hype. I don't know the brother name that did the report, man. He sound like my boy Mike. Mike is on sports. He sound like Mike, dude. Who be doing them interviews. He sounds just like Mike. It ain't you doing them interviews, Mike. Hopefully Mike is all as well, man, with Mike, dude. That's my guy right there. But yeah, he basically, people kind of start saying, oh, he don't want to fight Matías. He don't want to fight Matías. And Robert Garcia also said that the Regis Prograis that fought in the last fight, anybody can beat him. I'm like, damn. I've seen bits and pieces of it. And Regis said he got to make some adjustments with his team, and he gonna get with Eddie about what's next and when he gonna fight again. But he basically seemed like he gonna take some time off and make some adjustments. So I mean, he said he physically didn't feel bad. I just said that he had to make some adjustments with his team. So, I mean, whatever the hell that means. But he basically said that, you know, he'll fight Matías, but Matías ain't got a name, and he'll prefer Broner. And I'm going to talk about that. He'll prefer fighting Haney and Broner his next 2 fights, or however you want to do it. But he talked about Broner real quick, and I'm really going to cook on Matías. So, but you know, y'all got to wait for that on this one. But he basically said that with Matías, with Broner, that him and Eddie Hearn probably Don King and Eddie Hearn can't work together. That's what he pretty much said. Said that Eddie Hearn said that, you know, Don King owe people a bunch of money, owe somebody a bunch of money, and he don't know how they gonna work together. Like I said, Eddie Hearn don't have a choice but to try to make it jump like a car battery with some of these guys. He just did an interview saying Bob Arum and Al Heyman don't want him here. Frank Warren don't want you over here. We don't want you here. It's like, no. What Chris Tucker tell Jackie Chan? Your own mama don't want you. You know, don't like you, leave. But yeah, they don't even want each other here, so don't feed too much into it. They don't even want each other here. Let's call it what it is. Bob and Al don't like each other. And if they teaming up to beat you, that's a win for American fight fans. But you better work with somebody. And if AB a good money fight for Regis Prograis, is a good money fight for the zone. You get with Don King. You know, you even pay Don King a flat fee for Adrien Broner services and keep it moving. They be acting like ain't no alternative ways around negotiating with other promoters. You know what I'm saying? All Don King probably gonna say, give me a fight or two on the undercard, get the banner, you know, and that's what it is. That's pretty much all he gonna probably ask for if you pay the right price. So that ain't no excuse not to fight Adrien Broner. You just lost Canelo, so you got to be creative. You got to be creative on how you gonna stick around and survive in America. So, you know, you should have signed AB from the get go. But you got your face so far cinnamon toast crunch ass that you missing opportunities. But you know, Regis, you know, he ain't look too bad for me not to be able to beat Adrien. You know, I seen a little bit of the Adrien fight because I had something to do that night. I wanted to watch it, but you know, other things came up. But you know, yeah, probably another fight for Adrien Broner, man. You know, still like he's got his speed, got his faculties, got his balance. Looked a little bit soft in the stomach, but expected him making the weight cut that he ain't made in a long time. So he's a natural athlete. He's a gifted fighter. I think the thing that's held him back, two things that held him back from being great is himself. I think wanting to be a celebrity, you know, the lifestyle, want to drink and be a celebrity, you know, and then two, his feet. He's too flat-footed, bro. That's why he don't get punches off, because he don't really use ankles. You know, they should have put him in some type of tap dance and ballet class so he can learn to kind of maneuver his feet. It's okay to be flat, but he too flat. He too heavy on his feet. And that's why he can't get certain shots off where he need to get off. But everybody got deficiencies, though. You know, I thought for years, you know, his stance was a little bit too wide. And when you move up in weight, you got to beat these dudes with speed and intellect and IQ. So if he had legs, it'd probably be Adrien Broner. He'd probably still be undefeated. Especially with discipline, you know. But, you know, we got to live with our own shortcomings. We all got our shortcomings. Well, I don't really see him beating Regis Prograis. But if he boxed him and just work like Prograis, I think another fight for Adrien Broner would be good for him. Another fight, I can't really give you a name. Or Harry Davies would be a good fight for him. You know, that'd be a good fight. I don't know if they can make that happen with Frank Warren. I think he went Frank Warren. That'd be a good fight for him. So, that'd be a real good fight for him. But, you know, then you talk about, you know, Regis and Devin. I did a video on that just to kind of cover that real quick. It can go either way. It's all about, can Devin take the punch and how Devin move up? Can he keep Regis off of him? Was that a microcosm, or was that, you know, a blip, or was it a trend for Regis not being able to cut the ring off? He can't cut the ring off. He still had a chance versus Devin. I think you said, well, you know, if he having trouble cutting the ring off, too heavy on his feet, need to get on his toes a little bit more from what I've seen. Use his jab. And when you can't get, you can't slow somebody down with footwork, you just start hitting the hip, start hitting the body, start hitting them where they can. It still hurt. It might not score, but it still look good. Keep using a jab, keep jabbing, keep hitting them to the body, jabbing to the body, and take the air out the tires, then make him a stationary target. So, but if Devin can get his respect with his punching power, if Devin can get his respect with his punching power, and he can take the punch, Devin probably win that fight. And I think part of Regis' problem is he had a weight that he shouldn't be at no more. And it's probably starting to show. But also his opponent don't historically fight like that. That's another problem. His opponent don't historically fight like that. So I think it threw him for a loop. So he trying to make all these mass adjustments and all that. It might just simply come down for Regis to, you had a weight that you had too long. This dude doing straight dry fast. And when you got a dry fast, I think he said he was going on 48 hours, 36 hours dry fast. And that means you're not eating or drinking nothing. It's not good for a guy that's already cutting weight down somewhere he shouldn't be. So, but it was a bad night. You don't mean because you had one bad night, you got to overhaul everything. You was at home. You was against a guy that didn't fight like that. You was pressing for the home crowd. Hit the reset button. You ain't got to get rid of your team. You ain't got to stop training where you train. You had a bad night. Now, if you go out there and have another similar bad night, then I know you want to start. I know you want to nip it in the bud and stop the trouble before more trouble come. But it just could be a bad night. You train 8 to 12 weeks, 10 to 12 weeks, whatever it is, 8 to 12, to peak on one night. You didn't peak on one night when you got home. So be it. But, him and Matías, he basically said that, was saying Matías didn't have a big enough name, that he would want to fight him, but would prefer Devin Haney and Adrien Broner because of their namesake. But he basically was saying that Matías ain't got no name, but he do got a belt and he'll fight him. There was some wiffle waffle, and you know, guys in the comment section on the Fight Hype interview was saying, "Oh, it don't like you want to fight Matías." Quite frankly, I think Matías is a good fighter, but he has lost before, so it is a way to beat him. He take a lot of punches. I think he rolled some of those punches, but he eat a lot of those punches. Let's call it what it is. He eat a lot of those punches. And at the end of the day, Matías is not going to fight the same way as Zorro did. Shout out to Antonio Banderas. That's one of my favorite movies to watch when I was a kid, Zorro. You know, he ain't going to, whatever Zortelio or Denelio, whatever his name is, he ain't going, you know what I'm saying, fight like that. He going to be right there, and it's going to be, if Prograis got weight slippage, that's going to be a tough fight, because that's going to be a fight of attrition. Because Matías got a chin, he got a face of stone. How Roberto Duran was the hands of stone, he had the face of stone. And do I think that he ducking him? I mean, shit. That's what happened. In my humble opinion, that tends to happen in the sport of boxing. That tends to happen in the sport of boxing. That tends to happen. You know? That tends to happen, dude. When we sit there and we talk about guys, you know, who claim to be the boogeyman, then another guy come up that the fans dubbed the boogeyman. Now you ducking him. Oh, you don't want no smoke with him. You don't want no smoke with him. You ducking him. You ducking him. You ducking him. And like, all right, whatever. You know. So you know how the game go. But I mean, I think they could fight. I know he fighting Sergey Lipinets. I believe they said they might be on a Danny Garcia Lara undercard. They should have put that shit on Spencer Crawford undercard. Truth be told, they should have put that shit on the Spencer Crawford undercard. Real talk. But you know, kind of sound like he did wiffle waffle about it. I fight him, and you know, but I don't know, and you know, kind of sound like he did kind of wiffle waffle a little bit. But I mean, I think he'll fight him. I think he'd beat him. I ain't gonna get too low on that performance. Cause you know, what were the expectations versus he supposed to knock out Zordelio? I didn't know shit about him. So the expectations was real high, you know, real low for that fight. Well, real high for him knocking him out, but he struggled. Don't mean he's a bad fighter. One performance don't define your career most of the time. It don't. It don't. So I ain't like reading too much into it. A lot of people gonna read a lot into it. I'm not. You know, but him and Matías will be a war. I seen Regis be in a war with another real puncher in Josh Taylor. I ain't seen Matías be in a war, but the way his face shaped, he definitely could take some punishment. So that's a fight that's a super fight for the hardcore fan. That's something that I'd be very interested in going to. The tickets ain't gonna be $10,000 for 2 tickets, but your bang for your buck is gonna be tremendous. Your bang for your buck is gonna be tremendous. So your bang for your buck is gonna be tremendous. So that's what I'm looking at. But yeah, man, let me know what you girls and guys think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. That subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. We go live or drop a video. Financially, want to support the channel? Cash App, $CJGood313, Venmo, CJGood313, PayPal link in the description. Hit the link tree, find me on Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, the whole 9. Peace.